is Brian Stewart. In January of 2020, I decided that it was time to take my spiritual development seriously. I carved out a block of time and committed to giving readings and connecting with spirit. I've had amazing and life-changing results. I want you to have the same experience that I did. I want you to know yourself. That's why I'm here to help you discover the spirit within. Hello there, it's Brian. I wanted to do this podcast on something that I've found myself to not be available for free to people that are looking to understand it more. And what we're going to talk about is ways that you can actually get started with feeling spirit and working with spirit. Now, a lot of times teachers will charge for this information as part of a class, which I certainly do, but I wanted to put it out there because I feel that the more that we get comfortable with communicating with spirit, the better our journey is and the more of a help we can be to others. So one of the things that I saw out there a lot is videos and podcasts that are talking about, getting you in touch, and they really don't, I don't feel like they go in deep enough to really give you something to work on and practice to get better. So that's what I'm going to do today. So if you're interested in connecting with spirit, whether it's your own higher self or your guides or your loved ones in spirit or somebody else's, it's all going to be the same. So the first thing you want to do is you want to set an intention. And an intention is only you saying in your mind or out loud, whatever you feel comfortable with, what it is you're looking to do. And it may seem very easy, too easy or simple to begin with setting an intention, but it really is just that. So let's say that you are interested in setting your intention to feel spirit. It can be that simple. So you can say out loud or in your mind, my intention with this work is to feel spirit. And then I would suggest you kind of get yourself relaxed by taking a couple of deep breaths. It's not necessary, but it is a good habit to get into. So just take a breath through your nose and let it out. If you feel led to, you can take several breaths. 1 to 3 is fine. So we've done the first part. We've set an intention. The second thing we want to do here is we want to connect with spirit. And while we do this as part of a practice, we want to make time. That would be the second key, I'd say. So the first key is setting your intention. The second key is to make regular time. Set it on your calendar. It doesn't have to be a long time, and it doesn't have to be a lot of time. So what I mean by that is you don't have to say that you're going to do this for an hour, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever. The time that you spend is not as important as having a schedule. So if you do 15 minutes and it's every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:15, let's say, or you do a half an hour because you're a rebel, just set it on your calendar and do it. And when we do that, we've set the intention and we do it beforehand. We'll take those breaths. We'll make it consistent by doing it at the same time. Put it on your calendar, reminder on your phone, or whatever. That's your time to practice. You're really signaling to the spirit world that you're serious. And if you kind of go willy-nilly and do it whenever, they're not really going to think you're serious because you won't be serious. When you're serious, you make time specific time to do something, just like work, right? You go to work from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, right? That's your work time. When you're there, you're doing work. After work, it's free time. On the weekend, it's free time. But when you're in work, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, say, that's your time. You're expected to do it. So Spirit's going to expect you to do it. Okay? So make that time. For me, I did Wednesdays from 8 to 10. That was my time. And during that time, I would either meditate, I'd try to connect to Spirit, or I'd have readings during that time. And it wasn't before 8, and it wasn't after 10, and it wasn't any day but Wednesday. So make that time for yourself. That's the second key. The third key is your mindset. Now, your mindset's a little bit different than your intention. Your intention is what you want to happen. Your mindset is giving yourself a little bit of free will and free time to get things wrong, to play, to explore, and to practice. You're not going to be 100%. Not even the best mediums are 100%. So give yourself that space with that mindset. You're not going to put too much pressure on yourself, because if you do, you'll end up blocking yourself. So that is the third key. First key, intention. Second key, consistency. And third key, your mindset. So let's get into this. So let's say that you're ready, and it's your Wednesday night, and you've set aside some time. You've set aside 15 minutes to do this work. What I want you to do is, after you set the intention to work with Spirit and feel Spirit, you are going to close your eyes. Now, you don't have to. It's not a necessity to close your eyes. What it does do is it clears out all the distractions that might be distracting you. Things in the room, shiny things for some people. It just allows you to go within. So if you're comfortable with keeping your eyes open, go ahead. But if not, and you're just beginning, I recommend that you close your eyes just to really go within and not be distracted by anything that's happening on the outside. So there you are. You've set your intention, feeling Spirit. You've got your eyes closed. You're taking a breath. Now, what you've got going on here is you've got the spiritual side. You've got the spiritual side of the subconscious mind. You've got the conscious mind, which is in charge until you go to sleep. And it likes to get in the way. So what we're going to do is we are going to distract it with a task. We're going to assign it a task, and it's going to be doing that, and it's going to be distracted by that, so that we can really drop down and pay attention to subtleties that we're going to feel. And as you're starting this journey and feeling, you're going to feel things, but they're going to be subtle at first until you start to recognize and notice, and then those things will become more apparent to you. Okay. So here we are. Our eyes are closed. We set our intention. We are going to feel Spirit. We've closed those eyes. The task we're going to give our conscious mind to do while we're doing this for the 15 minutes is to just notice our breath. You're going to set that awareness on the breath. So in, out. And we tell our conscious mind that's all we have to do. Just make sure that we're breathing. Keep an eye on that. And with our subconscious mind or our spiritual side, we're going to drop below that and really be aware. So you're going to just imagine your space. Imagine this energy. Pretend there's this energy around you. And it comes off of your physical body. And it's like a cocoon. It's like a bubble. And it's outside of you. And what we want to do in that space is notice changes. So we're going to notice any changes that we feel in that space. Specifically, just concentrate onto your left and to your right, into your front and to your back. Those are the places we're going to look with our subconscious and our spiritual side. We're just going to notice, because we're pretending our energy's out there. And by doing that, we become aware of it. So what you're going to do is you're going to invite your spirit guide. So even if you don't know their name, that's fine. Just call in your spirit guide. If you know their name, then do it. If you think you know their name, use that name. For me, one of my spirit guides is Jeremy. It could be a normal name like that. But I also have spirit guides that have weird names, to me at least. So whichever one that you want to do, you can call them in and ask them to be present with you. And then what you're going to do is, at first, I want you to ask them to have a male spirit step forward into your energetic field. And the spirits that are around you are absolutely willing and happy to work with you. When you set your intention and you set the time aside, absolutely 100%. So you're going to ask them to have a male spirit step forward. And the first thing I want you to work on when you're determining, who you've got, is start by a basic male or female. So ask them to have a male spirit step forward. And then I want you to be scanning your space in that bubble, in that energetic cocoon that you made, for anything that's different, any feelings that's different. Let me give you a list of things that you could be looking for, just so you know when you see it. Because again, when you start to do this, it is going to be super subtle. So what can you be on the lookout for? You can be on the lookout for a feeling of warmth or pressure on the right side or the left side of your body. You can practice this to kind of get the feeling by clapping your hands together and rubbing them together, and then closing your eyes and putting it to the side of your face and kind of move it in closer. You kind of feel these waves of warmth or electricity, static, that come to you. So it's going to be something similar to that. Or if you've got somebody that's willing to work with you at home, a spouse or a child, you can close your eyes and sit in a chair and then ask them quietly to approach you from one side or the other, and then be aware of the surroundings in that bubble or that cocoon and see where it feels different. That'll give you a physical way of knowing, right? Because if you say you raise your right hand because you feel like they're on your right side, and you open your eyes and look, and there they are, that's a physical confirmation right there. So that's good for people that begin. And then, of course, if you don't get it right, then why was it that you felt maybe it was the other side? Keep practicing. But if you don't have that or don't want to do that, you can absolutely just start by feeling out to that space. So you ask that male spirit to approach into your space and then close your eyes and feel. So you might feel the warmth, you might feel pressure over there, you might just feel that there's something taking up space there. You could even feel like your body wants to lean to one side or the other. You might feel like your head wants to turn to one side or the other. And for me, and it might be for you, and if you've seen a cat or a dog and they're sitting and they're detecting some sort of sound, you'll see their ear kind of turn. And I know it's not really a physical thing, but to me it kind of feels like it. So you might feel like one of your ears wants to turn away. So maybe it's like the right ear wants to kind of feel like it. To you, it seems like it's moving. So that'll be your indication that that's the side. So once you've determined that, you can say thank you and acknowledge that you're feeling that male presence there on your right side or your left side. And it's going to be different for everybody. And then you can ask that spirit person to step back. And then I want you to also notice how that feeling that you got, whether it was the pressure or the lean or the turn or the warmth or the vibration, starts to disappear. And then, as you would have intuited by now, you're going to ask for a female spirit. So you're going to ask for that female spirit to step forward into your space, and I want you to notice where you feel it. Chances are it's going to be on the other side. So feel that. And once you feel that, acknowledge that, ask them to step back, feel that it dissipates. That's a good way of doing it and starting out. There's another way you can do this, and that's by setting the parameters with your spirit guides. You can tell them, when male spirits come in, I want them to be on my right side. When female spirits come in, I want them to be on my left side. So that when you start any readings or connections with your loved ones or spirit guides or higher self, you're going to start by that feeling and automatically know a good part of who they are just by sensing them. You're going to know that they're there and if they're male or female. So that is a great way to start. I encourage you to make the time and practice. If you are looking for more formal practice, I do have mediumship development circles, which occur every Tuesday night from 8 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Zoom, where you can have some feedback in a nice, safe place, in a safe space with people that are not going to judge you, and they're going to work with you and help you. I also, if you want to just set that time aside, I have Saturday evenings on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. I do a guided meditation where you can just tune in with some headphones, listen to it, and get a regular meditation in for your schedule. And then finally, I do offer 2 courses. My first course is a self-paced course. It's all digital files and video files, audio files, and downloadables. It is the Spirit Communication course, which is a course that you take at your own pace, and it allows you to basically start and go to giving readings along with all the technical aspects of that, like using Zoom and Calendly and booking and following up, and also has some bonuses in there. One of the bonuses is the pendulum class that I did about the pendulum, and the second one is all about demonstrating mediumship, which is how do you do that, tips and tricks for one-on-one demonstrating or gallery readings, which is like you and a bunch of people. And then, of course, I've opened my guided mentorship program. It usually just opened up for January to December, but I have it opened up for any time for you to join, and it gets you into the 6 hours of monthly circle practice with the group. It also gets you a 1 hour a month one-on-one with me to go over how you're doing and review your readings. And then you have access to the app, which allows you to upload your readings for me to review and give you critiques and feedback on that. And then I get you, you go on my website and your profile's there and people can book with you. So it's a great way of getting the practice in to, to be a medium and a practicing one. So those are all options for you. And then, of course, the circle membership, it's either $20 to go for the one Tuesday, or I've actually reduced it to $30, which gets you into any one or all of the 4 circles each month. So I do hope that this spoke to you, that this podcast resonates with you. I would appreciate it if you have not subscribed, that you do that. And if this resonated with you, I'd love to hear feedback from you in the comments. So again, I appreciate you, and I wish you well on your journey. Hope to see you soon.